help you trim down your story to 1 minute. A lot of the folks that I have personally helped, hiring manager or the recruiter, bar raiser during the interview, giving feedback and say, your star answer is so crispy, high level, but yet with a lot of technical jargons of what you have delivered, how you have delivered, and your amazing ROI. Okay, at Amazon, where I spent 7 years teaching interview training for tech and non-tech on top of my full-time job. I am the founder and a leadership career coach for my premium VIP coaching program, Holly Lee, on LinkedIn. I made a post yesterday. This is my fourth article that came out to kind of walk you through why I wrote that article about the 1 minute elevator pitch or shorter. I want to talk to you about the natural flow of conversation within 1 minute. A lot of people have questioned me. It's more like this. I just wanted to be in your program so I can watch how you can actually deliver something so in depth, diving so deep in less than 60 seconds. I said, okay, in the first office hour, and I told every single person this, I said, if you can pass my interview, I don't care if you go to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, if everyone else, the 15, 20 people that's watching you via Zoom in this VIP cohort gives you a thumb up for passing. Why, professionals? Because they're hiring leaders. I even have some from Google at the moment, Amazon, Microsoft. It's really hard if you are the candidate. You've done so much, you have so much experience, and you don't know how to storytell. That's what I mean by natural flow of conversation within 1 minute or less using the STAR method. I have made so many examples about using the STAR method with my template for free. So, do you want to negotiate and do you want to have more leverage? Kabam! Kudos, you passed your Amazon bar. Offer they're giving you is lower than your startup. To have leverage during the debrief process when someone gives you an all-inclined thumbs up, you need to perform extraordinarily well. And here's how you do it. One, please understand that our human attention span is 8 seconds. Hard for me to say that because I've been talking about 8.25 seconds since 2019. In fact, Microsoft wrote an article about the 8 second evaluating the workforce, which is their employees, and testing people's attention span. Year over year, it has gone down. I run a cohort, 30 seconds or so, they would literally almost fall asleep. That is the truth. If you haven't already and you're new to my channel, don't be shy, smash that subscribe button. When you do, it really helps attract people to this channel as the coaching is free. Amazon is highly data driven. One. Two, very fast moving as far as the workforce. Why you see a lot of products, a lot of services. And lastly, they want to know what is your added value. When you story tell, here's the number one mistake. If you go 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they don't want to know every single thing about you. Yeah, indeed, they want you to dive deep, but not so deep that you are, let's just say you're interviewing for a level 7, a senior manager or director. I hate to use this word, but the cutthroat. That means tell me exactly what you do and what is your vision. What is your strategic roadmap? Don't tell me you have directed people to do things, but just share what exactly is in that roadmap that you've created and how you end up earning trust from the executive team. Use terminology and vocabulary that attracts the attention of others. 200,000 employees at Amazon, they will all give you different things. I can tell you this though, probably a majority of them would say, yes, keep your answer to 5 minutes and 2 minutes. And the small percentage would say about a minute or less, because those are the one who are newer to Amazon. The one who's been at Amazon much longer would probably ask you to speak to like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Why? Time is in essence, okay? If you're interviewing for just about any employer, our time has changed. No one has the time to really pay attention to you for even 2 to 3 minutes, not to say 10 minutes, okay? Let me explain a little bit. Say that you are interviewing with an employer, right? Video conference, because a lot of the companies are still doing the online, either web conference, Chimes, Amazon's Perspective. Understand that they have children that they're probably still homeschooling in the next room. They are, of course, going to have all the pings, right? Just because they're interviewing you does not mean they shut off all the ping, but they have dual monitor. Their eyes are wandering off doing work while they're interviewing you. So they're already not giving you 100% of attention. What makes you think they will pay attention fully to you in a couple of minutes. I know that in average, I see a lot of 2 to 3 minutes. Realistically, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But remember, we talk about ability and leverage to negotiate. Level 6 to get a job on Amazon, they should not be asking you probing questions to repeat yourself because what you're solving for and how you're doing it is so unclear. Be crispy, get straight to the point. Interviewing for level 7 or senior managers and principals, your job is to get to the finish line as quickly as possible. Remember, guys, Amazon is what? Data driven company. So, how are you able to dive so deep? Data. Use data to paint a big picture. Stop with the words because a lot of the time the words are so long winded. Just put the data out there. When you're solving a problem, what are you taking them from? From what number to what number? From what percentage to what percentage that you're able to add efficiency because of your effort? Because of that, your sales team were able to generate reports in new business. How many millions of dollars? If it's hundreds of dollars, don't mention it. We're talking about the millions mark here. I hear so many of the different ideas of interview coaching. It's not just for Amazon, but it is for general, okay? The funny thing is the folks who are telling me, and these are bar racers at Amazon, by the way, yes, they're level 7, even directors that says, Holly, I'm interviewing for Google. Do you mind mock interviewing with me? I said, sure, no problem. And when I mock interview with them, it literally took them 15 minutes to tell me every single thing they've done. Literally, they're telling me a story from the beginning, what broke, what fixed, and this is how I do it. I have approval. This is it's great. All the answers is great, but people are not going to listen to you for 10, 15 minutes. One of my senior director of finance coming from a banking industry, one of the banking industry, it's a level 6 at Amazon versus a 7, which this person should be in. The feedback this person had was, wow, your answers are very good, but they're very long-winded. He was only talking for 2 minutes. If you would have a little bit more patience and just practice, trim down your story and just only focus on your meat, you can absolutely be a senior manager. And a lot of people questioning about the 60-second answer at Amazon and also being down level. That is why professional, okay? Because leader speaks with numbers and data. Numbers eliminate numbers of sentences. What should you do and how can you stay trimmed to 1 minute? 3 of my favorite tips. Number 1 is I want you to write out your answer. Are you ready for the secret sauce? 8 sentences. Listen, 8 sentences is a lot of work. If you talk 8 to 10 sentences, when you deliver your message, it's about 1 minute long, by the way. If you think I'm out of my mind and crazy telling you to deliver your answer within 60 seconds or less for all the companies out there, I want you to do me a favor and write down your answer with no more than 8 sentences. You would quickly figure out that it is, number 1, very long-winded. Number 2 is mentally working your brain muscle, that you're tricking your brain to focus on meat. What are you solving for? Why are you solving this? How is it benefiting your customer? By the way, who is your customer that's benefiting from this? What is your strategic approach? How did you do this? And what is the result? That's it. We are done, guys. So now you're asking me, but Holly, an interview is 45 minutes to an hour long. What am I going to do with the rest of the time? That's a very good question. I'm only asking you to give me a 60-second answer with the interview questions. Now, each interviewer to normally about 3 to 4 questions that's pre-made that will ask you, follow with anywhere between 3 to 6 probing question. Okay? Now, this is also a chance when the interviewer is asking you a probing questions, you don't just answer immediately, right? Because you want to be what? Natural flow of conversation. Ask for clarifying questions. So that's also killing time there. So there's a lot of back and forth. And what else can you do to kill time in the middle of all of that? When you find that the question is very difficult, that you need a moment to write down, you could just simply ask the interviewer if you can write down the question. You're killing another 15-second or 20-second, allowing you time to think about the best answer if you have forgotten your answer. What I will not be doing is writing down every single question. It's showing that you don't have the level of moving fast with data-driven knowledge. I want you to practice in front of the mirror. I made a video called 60-second elevator pitch, and do forgive my quality of video at the time. It was my first one. Yourself in the mirror so you can see where your eye contact is. You know that when you practice to roughly about 20 times ish or so, your hand movement, your eye movement, and gesture will start developing a natural flow of conversation with body movement. Once you're very comfortable with that, I want you to move to Zoom because in order for you to land a job, you got to be able to practice over video. Because why? Everything is over video. What did we learn today? We learned to keep your answer within 1 minute or less. Don't disagree with me. Go try it out yourself. I'm not writing an essay, a ping pong conversation with the interviewer. We learned that when you interview with an employer, any employer, in this specific case, Amazon, what are they known for? Speed, productivity, and smart. So when you're answering your questions, if you're going for 5 minutes, seniority or more seasoned professionals, they're able to deliver the result in painting a clear picture very clear. One of my favorite thing to ask during an interview when I was hiring for a level 6 recruiter at the time, display and touch hardware engineer with Optic. Show me within a minute or less, how would you find this person? Have so many probing questions to dive deep to understand exactly what you're asking. So I'm not wasting my time just giving you an answer. That is why, professional, when you're so long winded, you're giving an answer that's 3 to like 10 minutes long. How do you even know if that's what the interviewers are looking for?